G'day guys, it is Ben here from Hunt the Night. Now, what I'm going to do today is walk you through the menu system of the ThermTec Ares 335. Now, this is not the dual field of view version of the scope, but it's pretty much the same. The only thing is a little bit different in the zeroing, where you zero both the 20 and the 60mm focal plane, where this is just the one field of view. So, let's have a look. So, if we short press our turret, we get our brightness and our contrast control. We hold that down, we back out. We open up our menu, and let's just actually go, I'm going to go back up here to the top because I was just playing around the pit before, and we can go in here. Now, we start with color palette. This color palette is fully controllable by the button system, so you don't have to go in here to change color palettes, but you can. But this will show you the different color palettes that you have in here. You have white, black, red, green, golden, and violet. We've got then our standard brightness and contrast control, which we can activate from the small menu, which we saw a moment ago. And we've got sharpness and we've got denoise. Sharpness is really good for cleaning up the picture in really inclement weather. And denoise can either soften the picture when there's a fair bit of sharpness to it. Then we've got our zero profiles. Now this is not the zeroing system, this is the zero profiles. And it allows us to have 5 different profiles in the actual system. I'll back out of there, and then we can turn our picture-in-picture on or off. And the picture-in-picture, when you zoom in, only the pip window will zoom in. The rest of the unit will not zoom in, it'll stay in base magnification. So I really like that. Then we've got our reticles, and actually what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn the picture-in-picture back off, and then I'll walk you through the actual reticles that are in this scope. So I'm just going to go scroll back up, turn off picture-in-picture. Okay, go down to reticles. Actually, I'm going to zoom out because at the moment those reticles, it doesn't matter, we'll just make them, they're going to look a lot bigger than what they are because we're zoomed into 2 magnification because we had the picture-in-picture on. So, type, we can change the type of reticle. Okay, and these are the reticles that are in the actual unit. Now, and again, they're not usually this big, so I'm going to go turn off this off. I'm going to back out the zoom just to give you an idea what they look like on 1 magnification. Now, to refresh this unit, which is called like nuking, there are no, there's no shutters in these devices. It's fully shutterless. So to refresh it, you've got to have the lens cap closed. You double tap the turret and then click it one more time and it refreshes it. And you can actually see on the screen that's actually cleared that sensor up a little. All right, so let's go back into our reticles. Okay, so that's type 1. We'll just go backwards at 7. And you can see these are very, very clean reticles. I actually really like the number 2 is my favourite. I don't mind number 7 either. They all scale when you zoom in, and because they're only 1 pixel wide, they don't take up the whole thing. Now, these points, you can change the actual point from green, blue or red. Red's my favourite. The location here is we'll cover that in zeroing, but that's got to do with zeroing. And the color is black or white. Now these are reverse polarity as well, so if you're in white hot and you go onto a subject that's white, the reticle will actually turn black, which is really great. Then we have our zeroing, get back in here. Then we have our zeroing menu, which we'll go into in the zeroing thing as well. It's pretty straightforward. And then we've got Wi-Fi. Now, there are 2 ways to connect this. You can either connect this scope to your hotspot, which is really good if you want to use the app to check for updates and things like that. It'll actually connect to the internet. Or you can create this, as you normally do, as a hotspot. You can also go into here and you can review the pictures and the video that you've actually taken from this device. I don't have any on here, so I can't show you that today. In settings here we've got tracking, which is heat tracking, we've got our microphone recording, and we've got OSD, which is our on-screen display recording, which I've got on so I can record all these overlays and so on, blind pixel repair, and then we've got this, we've got OLED as well. So in here we can actually change the brightness of the screen, which is independent to the brightness and the contrast, and we can actually change the hue of the actual unit as well. And you might say why? Because sometimes in different weather conditions or brightness or so on, or if you're colorblind too, sometimes these color palettes and these hues are very, very effective. So don't discount the ability to do that. Then we go into system, we can set our date, our time, our language, we can do a factory reset, or we can update the device. So guys, that's kind of it. That is the firmware and the menu system for both, or for all the Ares devices. Doesn't really matter which one you've got, but we will cover off the zeroing in another one. And this has all been recorded on the actual device itself. So the audio you're hearing is the audio that's recorded from the unit. It is very good. Anyway guys, there it is, the Ares menu system and reticles. Have a great day. Don't forget, tag a vegan.